We're going to do all three first, then the ands, which is what shape? Eyeball. And then we do the singles, which is just the circles, if there are singles. And then we do the ors last, which is what shape? Snowman. Okay? And remember, even though it's three circles, we visualize it as a two-circle snowman. Okay? Just so that everyone's is the same so we can compare them. I'm just going to draw it out first. And we can put public transit. Cycle. And walk. Try it out with pencil. So, we have, wait, so here it says, use the following clues to answer the questions below. Shannon's High School starts a campaign to encourage students to use green transportation for traveling to and from school. At the end of the first semester, Shannon's class surveys 750 students. So that's important, because that I'm going to put here, because I have to remember that. In the end, after I add up all 8 regions, I should have 750. If I have way more, then I have problems. Probably forgot to subtract. Okay, we have to start at the very middle. So let's keep reading the whole thing so we can decide what we have here. In school, to see if the campaign is working, they obtain the following results. 370 students use public transit. So that is just a circle, correct? Because it's public transit only. These ones use cycle and use public transit. That's an eyeball. That doesn't look like an eyeball at all. It's an eyeball. 80 walk and use public transit. That's an eyeball. Walk and cycle, eyeball. So we have and. Walk, cycle, and use public transit. That's one we're looking for, because that's the 3. And then 455 cycle or use public transit. That's a snowman. And then walk or cycle is a snowman. So I have to start off with the all 3. We agree? Okay. So we have 20 who use all 3. So we have to put a 20 in the middle. And then we move to the eyeballs, the ands. Now remember, just because they used all 3 doesn't mean that counts as only all 3. That means they still use public transit. It means they still cycled. It means they public transit and cycled, right? It still covers all of those. So we have to watch ourselves. The only time we don't subtract is if it says only. So if it's like public transit and cycle only, then I would go to that little space and put it in there, right? Only means I don't subtract. But if the word only isn't there, I'm going to be subtracting as I go along. All right. So this one is done. Now I have 35 students who walk and cycle. Walk and cycle eyeball, correct? So I have 35 who walk and cycle. So in here I need to have 35. I already have 20 who walk and cycle. They happen to use public transit, don't really care, but I have 20 who walk and cycle already, correct? And I need a total of 35 who walk and cycle. So how many go in that extra region? 15. Now if I add up that eyeball, that should be 35 people walking and cycling, correct? Because the and is the eyeball. Okay? Did this one. Now, we have 80 students walk and use public transit. So I have to look for the walk and public transit eyeball, which is this one. So in that eyeball, I need to have 80 people who walk and public transit. I already have 20 who are walking and using public transit, right? I already have 20 sitting in there. So how many use public transit and walk only? 60. This eyeball needs to add to 80. All right. Then we have 110 who cycle and use public transit. So the cycle and public transit only eyeball, I need to have 110 in there. How many are already in there? 20. So how many are going to go in this little region?
90.
90. How can I not read right? This is right. That is wrong. So how many would it be? Look at how that just, it was an 80 the whole time. No idea what you're talking about. Super was an 80.
Unfortunately, you're recording.
Unfortunately, I'm recording. So, yeah, it was never an 80. Yeah, I said 110. But what else? We went back. Okay, then we have to go to the singles, correct? There's only one that gave me a single. It's 370 use public transit. Does it say public transit only? If it said public transit only, I'd go to this spot and I put 370. We agree? But it doesn't say that. It says public transit. So I'm going to go to the public transit circle, which is this whole circle, because even these people, 80, 20, and 60, are using public transit. They're just also using something else, but they're still using public transit. We agree? So how many currently are using public transit in this public transit circle? 160. They said it's 370. So how many are in public transit only? 210. Right? Now, I need to use the snowman. The catch is, if you do the snowman and there's 2 empty spots, you can't do that one. You can only be missing one region when you do the area. Okay? So if I do cycle or walk, do you see how there's 265 in cycle or walk? The cycle or walk snowman has 2 empty spaces currently, doesn't it? So I can't do that one. I have to do the other or first. There's 445 who cycle or use public transit. Well, let's check that one. Cycle or public transit is this snowman. And in the cycle or public transit snowman, I'm missing one region. So am I allowed to do that one? Yes. There's 445 that should be in that snowman. Well, I know this was 370, so this is 385. So how many are here? How many are here? 60. Because 445 minus 385 is 60. Now can I do the other or? Yes, now I can do the other or. The other or is this one, 265 walk or cycle. So I go to the walk or cycle snowman, which is this snowman. And it needs to contain 265. So I can go 265 minus all these numbers. So this is 100, 220, 235. So what is this going to be? 330. You must have missed the 60. Yeah, I just forgot one of the 60. So that's 100, that's 220, 235. Am I done? Do I have all 8 regions filled? No, I have 7 regions filled. What do I not have filled? The outside, the people who didn't use any green transportation. So what am I going to do? I'm going to add up all of those numbers and subtract it from 750, correct? So it's 475, 750 minus 475, what do we get? Pardon? 275? Now that we have all of those for sure correct, try and answer these. Whenever we have the word only, this and this only, that's going to be one region. That's it. So if you're adding stuff together, you're wrong. Okay? With the word only, because the word only, you can always go in and just immediately put that number in if they gave it to you. So this one here says cycle and walk only. So if I go to the cycle and walk eyeball, that's this. But I want cycle and walk only. So it's 15. It's one region, right? So it's 15. I can't include the 20 people because they also do public transit. Okay? Now this one says walk or use public transit. So that's the walk or use public transit. What? What shape?
Snowman.
Snowman. So we go to the walk or public transit snowman, which is this snowman here. And we add them all up. How many is that? Did anyone figure it out? 415? Oh, I heard 115. I was like, there's a 210 in there, so that's not. Okay. How many do not use green transportation? 275, the outside. Oh, this one has an only again, so it's going to be one region. Uses public transit only. This region. Those are the only ones that use public transit, and that's it. So 210. Use exactly one form. So can they use two forms or anything like that? Can they use three? Can they use the middle? Can they use and? No, they have to use single. One form of transportation. So that will be your 210. And what else? 60 and what else? And how much does that add to? Because 210 plus 90 is 300, right? Got it. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to flip past this one for a second. I want you guys to try example 4, please. It has it filled out for you. And then answer the question. Example 4. It doesn't have it filled out, but it has a Venn diagram drawn for you. So example 4. Okay, we are going to read thoroughly, which means all the words. Okay? Now it's crazy. We're going to try it though. So here it says, example 4, in Big Hill High School, 185 students were surveyed. Grade 12 students were surveyed. So I'm going to put 185 here to remind myself that no matter what, I need to have 185 total in there, correct? To determine which soft drinks they liked. All right. So, 25 drank all 3. So that's the all middle. 52 drank root beer and Coke, which is an eyeball, because we have an and, all 3. 43 drank Coke and orange, eyeball. 57 drank root beer and orange, eyeball. 97 drank root beer, single. 115 drank Coke, single. 100 drank orange, single. There's not even a snowman to be found. Correct? All right. Sabine started to organize the results in a Venn diagram, starting from the inside and working outwards. She began placing the number 25 in the center of the circles, and then this just gives you the steps to do that. And then we're going to answer some questions. So, we put 25 in the middle, because it's all 3. So we start with our all 3s, then we go to our ands, correct, which are the eyeballs. I need 52 to drink root beer and Coke. So in the root beer and Coke overlap, if I pretend it's just a 2-circle Venn diagram, that would be this overlap, correct? The eyeball. I need to have 52 in there. I currently have 25. Those people also drink the third thing, but I don't really care about that. I need 52 in here who drink Coke and root beer, and the Coke and root beer overlap. So how many are in here? 27. And if I add that up, that's 52 who like both, correct? Okay. Done. 43 drank Coke and orange. So here's Coke and orange. I need to have 43. I already have how many in there? 25. So how many are Coke and orange only? Pardon? 8. All right. Done. 57 drank root beer and orange. So I need to have 57 in the root beer orange overlap of the 2 circles. How many are going to go here? Done that. Now I can go to my singles, and I can go in any order. It doesn't matter, but I'm just going to keep going in order of the way it is. So I need 92 to drink root beer. Now some people want to just put root beer 92 right in this little open circle, but it doesn't in this little section. That's not 92, because this 27 drank root beer, they just also drank Coke. This 25 drank root beer, but they also drank Coke and orange. This 32 drank root beer, they also drank orange. But I don't care that they drank the others. Right? I need to have a total of 92 drinking root beer. So in this column, I need to have 92. How many drink root beer only?
13.
13. Then I need 115 that drank Coke. So in this Coke circle, I need 115 minus the other 3. So that's 7. Sure. I just went based off of what was spoken, but I'll go with 8. Do we agree? Okay. So then we do 115 minus these 3, and how many have a Coke only? 45. We agree? Okay. And then 100 liked orange. So in the orange circle, I need to have 100. How many are in this orange only? 25. And I'm done then, right? How many regions have I filled in? 7. How many do I need on a 3 circle? 8. So I have 1 left. So 2 circles have 4 regions. 1, 2, 3 on the outside. 3 circles have 7 in the circles and 1 on the outside, so 8 total. Okay? How do I find that outside one? Add them all up and subtract from 185. So how many are on the outside? 5. All right. So we want to know how many students drank only Coke. Only is 1 region, correct? So drank only Coke, how many is it? It's this 45, correct? Then we want 2. Did not like to drink any of the 3. 5. The outside. Coke or root beer. Or is what shape? Snowman. I don't remember what the words were. Coke or orange? Coke or root beer. Okay. Coke or root beer is this snowman. If I add that up, I should get 155. How did I know that quickly? Because I said it's 185 and I took off 30. I actually didn't add those up at all. So it's 155. Now, drank Coke and orange is a stupid question because it's here. What if I said, that's 43. What if I now say drank Coke and orange only? That's 1 region, correct? So I go to the Coke and orange eyeball, and I say, well, it has to be only, so it's going to be this one, 18. And then drank exactly 2 drinks. The middle, they're drinking 3. The outside, they're drinking 1. So if they're drinking exactly 2, I have to circle this one, 18, 27, and 32. 77. Okay, then we're going to flip over. Okay. Okay, so we have singles, singles, singles. We have onlys. We have apricots and cantaloupes, the whole thing. Try it out. Fill in the onlys at the very least. Apricots. So where do those onlys go? The 9 liked apricots and bananas only. So and is still the eyeball, but only is 1 region of that eyeball, right? So apricots and bananas only. I put a 9 here. Then 6 liked bananas and cantaloupes only. Bananas and cantaloupes, 6. And it says 19 liked apricots and cantaloupe. So I need to have 19 in this region, correct? But how much is here and how much is here? Do we know that? No. So if we don't know the very middle of a 3 circle, I've never seen this asked, but I always prepare you for it. Of a 2 circle, we can add up and subtract and get the tickets and all that stuff. of a 3 circle, you actually have to put a variable in there for now. So we put an x. So put an x there. And the key thing here is a group of 82 students were surveyed, and it was found that each of the students surveyed liked at least one of the following 3. So our 82 total, there's a 0 out here. Why is there a 0 out there? Yeah, so it says they need at least, they like at least one of them. So there's no one in there that likes none of them, right? Okay. If 19 liked apricots and cantaloupe, that would be 19 in this eyeball. How do I find this region then? 19 minus what? X. Okay, don't be overwhelmed with the X's. The next one here, 39 liked apricots. So that means in this whole circle, I would have 39. What would you guys normally have done? You do 39 minus the other 3 regions, correct? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go 39 minus 9 minus x minus 19 minus x. And I put it in brackets because we have to subtract the whole thing. So I can actually math this if I want to. 39 minus 9 is 30 minus x, and then the minus sign needs to go through. So I go minus 19 plus x. And what happened to the x's actually? They cancel off, and I'm left with 30 minus 19, which is 11. So currently this region is 11. Now, if this was a diploma, would I show the work to get that 11 in that space? No, we don't ever show work to get the space. Okay? We just show the numbers. So 11 would be the only thing appearing in that spot. And it says 50 liked bananas. So in this banana circle, this region here, I would go 50 minus the other 3 regions. So minus 9 minus x minus 6. Do I show this algebra in there if this was a test? No. I'm just showing it there for now for you. So then I go 50 minus 15 is 35 minus x. So that's what I would show in this region for now. I'll show you what I would actually want the Venn diagram to look like for your test when we're done. Okay? And then this one, they say 39 liked apricots. So now, apricots. Nice try, yeah. Oh, no. How did no one correct me?
I didn't notice either.
Oh. Just going to lay down here for a few seconds.
No, but you did the same number, like you did the right number.
Is it the same number?
Yeah.
It worked out?
Yeah, you just checked on cat's food at the end.
Oh my gosh. I'll get up in a second. I'm just taking a little break ski because that could have went real bad. All right, we're good. They're both 39?
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, back up. We're good. Awesome. Oh, that went way better than expected. I thought that was, it's good. We're back. It's good. All's good. Everything is good. We are okay. So, cantaloupe is 39 too. Who knew? It's great. 39 minus, I almost broke. Like I was very close. 39 minus 19 minus x minus 6. Remember when you minus anything that's a binomial, you have to actually subtract the whole thing. So we get 39 minus 19 plus x minus x minus 6. And then we do 39 minus 25, which is 14. So now I have all my little areas. You see that? What should all of these areas add up to? 82. Right? So if I take each of those boxed regions, thank goodness both of those are worth 39. I'm still like living in that world of happiness because that, oh, I was like, if I have to erase it, that's just so sad. All right, so we add up all 7 regions. Actually, we could add up, we have to add up all 8, but a 0 does nothing, right? And then they should equal, when I add them all up, they should equal how many? 82. So we're going to get 11 plus 9 plus 35 minus x. That's 3 regions. Plus 19 minus x. Plus x. Plus 6. Plus 14. And that should equal 82. So that's 1, 2, 3 regions, 4, 5, 6 regions, 7. And I could go plus 0, technically, correct? Because that would be the 8th region, but it doesn't do anything. So now we're going to collect like terms. So we're going to get 11 plus 9 is 20. Plus 35 is 55. Plus 19 is 60. So we have 20, 55, 65, 74, 80, 94, I believe. Did everyone add that up with your brains too? About 94? Stop it. Okay. Then negative x minus x is how did that even turn to blue? Negative x minus x plus x is close. Negative x. Negative x minus x is negative 2x. Plus 1x is negative x. And it needs to equal 82. Right? We subtract our 94. And what do we get? Negative x equals negative 12 divided by negative 1, and x equals 12. On Monday, what we're going to do is just plug the 12s back in to all of those interactions.